What we have on the screen right now are a whole load of devices or peripherals. We've got LCD projectors, we've got inkjet printers, we've got microphones, digital cameras. Some of these are known as an input device. Others are output devices. Some are both. But what do we mean by input and what do we mean by output? Okay, so an input is basically a peripheral, so one of these, which gives data to a computer. So it allows us to interact with a computer. So by me selecting an icon on my desktop, let's say F for Fortnite, I'm interacting with my computer and giving it data to do something. Output devices, on the other hand, are peripherals that receive data from a computer. So you've got a computer and it sends data to device. So it could be displaying something, it could be hearing something. So you've got computer, and so you've got input device and you've got output device. What we're going to do is you're going to, in fact, to begin with, have a look at these different devices, and you're going to put them into this Venn diagram. So you're going to create a Venn diagram like this, and you're going to put in the correct devices in input, output, or you think that they're both an input and an output. Pause the video, give it a go yourself first. Okay, let's start off with the first one, which is an LCD projector. A projector is something that displays onto a screen, such as, let me see if I can find these. So we project onto a wall so you can see what's happening. This would be an output device. Okay, I've got two. An output device. We're displaying onto something. We're getting data from the computer and displaying it onto a wall. So we can see the results, basically. That is output, where we can see the results of what our computer's done. Let's now do mouse, an optical mouse. So an optical mouse is very simply, let's see if I can show you. These are optical mouses. Optical mouses allow us to send data to the computer, so there'll be an input device. Barcode scanners. Well, in supermarkets, they scan a barcode and it sends data to a computer, like a till. Printer. So we've got an inkjet printer. These are inkjet printers. They display basically photographic images as a result. They're amazing for printing out photos. So it's taking data from a computer and displaying it. So it's obviously an output device. 3D printer. Well, let's have a look at a 3D printer. 3D printers take data from a computer and create objects. So this is like creating a model or a figurine of a superhero. This is actually displaying like a plastic for the word 3D. A shoe, very cool. A little dinosaur figure. So it's taking data from the computer and it's displaying it. QR code scanner, easy. Input, we scan, we put data into our phone or computer. Keyboard, input, we type something, it sends data to our computer. Speakers, easy. Output, it gets data from the computer and displays it as sound. LED screens. So LED screens are simply, and we've also got, do we have LCD screens here anywhere? Yes, we've got LCD projectors, LED screens. So you can have them as computer monitors, but you could also have them as big giant screens like you have in Times Square or London or at concerts to display data from the computer. So you can have them as monitors as well. So that would be an output. A laser printer. So we talked about 3D printers, we talked about inkjet printers, but what about laser? So laser printers are normally used in offices, people have them at home as well, to print out lots of high quantity quickly. So if I'm printing out 1,000 flyers, I would use a laser printer because it does it really quickly. So it takes data from the computer and it displays it on paper. We've then got a microphone. Microphone is an input, not an output, because we talk, it goes into the mic, so the data goes into the microphone, which goes to the computer. The output would be the speaker, so we can hear it. A digital camera. Digital camera would be input. We take a photo, we put it into a computer, like your phone. So on your camera, on your phone, when you take a photo, data goes into your computer. We've then got touchscreen, like your phone touchscreen. This would be both input and an output. The screen is the output. We can see the results of what we do. Because we touch the screen to do commands, we give it data as well. So therefore it falls under both. We've now got digital light processing projector. These are more older school projectors that you can have. They still do the same job. They project things from a computer onto like a wall, but they're a little bit more older school, cheaper, etc. So that would be output. It takes data from a computer and displays it. 2D and 3D scanners. 2D scanners could be like a barcode, but it could also be this, where you put a photo into a scanner, it scans the photo and it puts it into your computer. Not really used that much anymore, but they still are. It allows me to then edit the photo or send it to people digitally, so these are old school photos. You can do documents as well, like letters, stuff like that. You then have a 3D scanner. 3D scanner are used big time in things like manufacturing or video game design. So let's do 3D scanners. Modeling. Where basically it scans a person and it puts them into the video game. So this person will scan and walk around this other person to turn them into a character into a video game. Pretty cool. So you're taking data from outside and you're putting it into the computer. You're scanning it into the computer. And the final one is actuators, like those robotic arms we looked at in control systems. These would be outputs because it basically creates a response. So for example, turning on sprinklers, for example, turning on the air conditioning unit. It creates an output based on information from the computer, from the control system. So there we go, input and output devices. 101.